Hello, Starseeds. My name is Lorraine, and this is Starseed Living. Today, I want to share with you some tips, techniques, tools for meditating. And, there's so many people out there that are teaching tools and techniques. And I'm of the opinion, and this is my disclaimer. I think rules, practices, procedures, linear ways of doing things are fine. I've never been one that likes to follow linear rules. I'll do it first, maybe once, maybe twice, maybe a few times. But after that, I sort of go, okay, I'm kind of done with that. It feels dictatorial, feels squashy. So I want to share with you some tools, techniques that I do, but I also want to share with you the idea that rules are fine. They teach you how to do a process. They teach you a procedure or a process in which to do something to get an end result. But once you've achieved that, once you've figured it out, the authority in what works for you is you. So I encourage you to learn procedures, practices, why they're important, why an iteration of them might be a good idea for you, but I encourage you to come up with what is right for you. Now, first of all, for meditating, it's important to let your family, your roommate, anyone cohabitating in the space that you are in, know that you are going to be unavailable for a period of time. And I encourage you to keep it to 15, 20 minutes at first while you're training them and yourself. So, partners, husbands, children, make sure they understand you are not available for a period of time. Lock your doors. Keep them out. Because being jerked back from a meditation when you are traveling, not so much fun. Okay. Secondly, make sure that you are comfortable, that you are warm, that you have what you need, that you're physically not in a position where you are going to be having a cramp or anything in the middle of your meditation. Again, jerking back from meditative states, altered states of mind, not so much fun. Thirdly, if you need a blindfold, and there are practices that call them mindfolds, which I think is fantastic because it's folding your mind into a state of womb-like enclosure, bringing you inward instead of being distracted by the outside world. We are predisposed genetically to listen to sounds, to see movement, and if we're not closing the 3D reality out, then we will, without meaning to, we will put our attention there instead of inward. And the whole goal is to go inward. Okay, so we've let people know we're meditating. We've locked our door. We're comfortable. We've closed out the outside world. We've, diminished our senses, our visual and auditory senses, so that we're not distracted. Now, if you find that you're falling asleep during meditation, I encourage you to sit up. I can meditate lying down, but I've been meditating for decades. So I encourage you to not fall asleep, because then you're training your body, mind to sleep when you go into altered states of consciousness. And that's not our goal here. Our goal is to be able to be directing our consciousness outside of our 3D reality, not going into a state of sleep, which is not necessarily, unconscious, but it's not consciously directing. Okay, so now we're going to sit, lie down, whatever works for you so that you won't fall asleep. And we're going to breathe. Now, the reason that meditative teachers teach you the breathing technique is because it's focusing consciously, bringing in life force into your body, deep into your belly, and then letting it out. It's bringing your attention further inward, away from the external. Now, they tell you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Yes, you can get a deeper breath deeper into your belly if you do that, but sometimes that's just not possible. And, I understand this. So I just say breathe as deeply as you can. And it's a good practice to breathe to the count of 5, hold it to a count of 5, release it to a count of 5, hold for a count of 5, and do this repetitively until you find that your awareness is further and further inward directed. Now, we've centered. There are teachers that teach you to relax every part of every muscle in your body, yada, yada, yada. Now, there are people that might need that. And if you do find that it's physically challenging for you to settle your physical body, you have a monkey mind that chatters a lot, then do that. Focus on muscle groups. Focus on relaxing yourself until you can come to a centered place. I don't find that to be necessary if we can keep your conscious mind active, doing something, which is why I particularly like what's called guided meditation practice. It keeps the mind doing things while you are going deeper and deeper into states of altered awareness. So my meditation practice doesn't spend, I move quickly. I'm not one of those ones that takes long pauses because honestly, I just can't. So there are people that teach meditation that do amazing meditations that do that, and perhaps finding one of those to help you get to that space. But you can try my meditations and see what you think. Okay, so we've settled, we're comfortable, we're secure. Now, I think it's imperative. Now, this is a rule that I do for myself, and I encourage you to try it on, see how it fits. I declare sacred ground. I want to make sure that I am in the optimal energetic space that I can be protected, safe, clear, and free to roam about without energetic attack. So, I create an energetic shielding. I like white light, fire, and ice. An icy, thick, crystalline shield around me. Now, I have a crystal ball. Good example of what that would look like. So here is a crystalline shielding that you can put around yourself. Entirely around yourself. So imagine that your entire form is encapsulated within the crystal. Okay. So now we've encapsulated ourselves within a crystalline bubble. I go so far as to encapsulate the structure, the property, the land, whatever works for you is fine. Now, so we've got our crystalline bubble. I declare that I am standing on sacred ground, that I am a sovereign being, and that anything that is not of my light must leave. And you can do a couple of practices. I like the dramatic, I cast thee out, or I abjure all evil. These are ancient terms, but they're kind of dramatic and they're kind of fun. So you would do this 3 times. I cast thee out. I cast thee out. I cast thee out. Okay. So you clear the space energetically. You are encapsulated within. I like to fill it with beautiful rose gold light. Rose gold is a divine color. It is the color of the New Earth Starseed Network and grid, and I find it just warm and loving and divine. So you can fill your structure with whatever you like, but learn what the colors mean. So fill your structure if you like. Then, so we've declared sacred ground. We've declared our sovereignty. And now, as an extra measure, because there is, as we move closer and closer to the shift, to this divine bifurcation of worlds where we are literally moving from the 3D, 4D into the 5D, 6D, there is this energetic splitting. And there are energies that have been imposing their will on humanity because they know that we are creators, and they have been for millennia squashing us down, okay? Keeping a lid on us, and they can't do it anymore. So they're imposing structures and their will upon us. And if we consent to that, then they have authority over us. So here we go. I do not consent. I do not consent. I do not consent. Take a deep breath and feel how that feels, because there's power in your dissension. Okay, so here we are. We're clean, we're sacred, we're divine. We've breathed in. We are holding sacred space. Feel how that feels to be within a sacred and divine space. Breathe it in. Let it filter through your entire physical and etheric form. Next, in meditating, once you've done all these practices, you're now in a sacred space to move beyond the 3D, 4D into the 5D, 6D, and beyond. So you're often asked to move into your heart space, move into your pineal, or to visualize or vision an alternate reality. All of these are designed to begin to take you away from your 3D reality and elevate you out of your conscious mind into an altered state. Meditation begins when you move out of this time-space reality and move into the altered states of consciousness where you can create from. So these are the practices that I do to prepare myself for meditation, to get into a space where I am ready to move and begin to actually work with the energy that creates worlds. I want to let you know that on February 20th, I will be doing a 30-day from February 20th to March 21st, bringing us right up to the spring equinox or fall equinox if you're in the southern hemisphere. Fall, yes. That is designed to move us into the void, into the unknown, where we can create from the field of all possibility. Because in order to move forward in our new earth reality, we cannot create from anything that is known. So we'll be moving beyond time and space, beyond conscious reality, and into a space of all possibility. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you'll join me on February 20th. It'll be February 20th at noon. Look for my videos. They will not be live, but they will be up around and about noontime each day for 30 consecutive days. Depends on my internet as to whether I can actually get them up in time, but I'm going to try to do them the day before, although I tend to like to do my meditations right along with you on the same day. And it doesn't matter what time of day that you join in, that you participate, because your energy will add to the whole, and we will create a whole new reality to step into as we move into the solstice, the equinox gateways, the spring, into the new earth. My name is Lorraine. This is Starless Seed Living. I hope this has been helpful. Until next time.